If you want to save on taxes, you have to become an entrepreneur or an investor. If you want to save on taxes, invest in the stock market. If you want to save on taxes, invest in real estate.
Coming up on the Melanin Money Show.
Buy low and keep for as long as I possibly can and still buy other assets.
Like the government is giving you an incentive to do what you're supposed to be doing. And then you're about to make 100,000 this year. I'm going to take 40. Or you can start investing in real estate to help build affordable housing.
But just know that by investing in the stock market, you can leverage it to buy more assets. And then our recommendation is to buy cash flow producing assets. So you can then take that cash flow and then rinse and repeat this strategy all over again.
Learn what they want you to do so you can do it and keep the money that you work hard for.
Every expense that you have is somebody else's passive income. What's up, boy?
Chill.
Yo, he had his crusty, so we just went to go get a coffee break. When I came back, this man's turned around. You would thought we had broke for 30 minutes. He would turn around, had his crusty toes in the frame. I tried to press record so fast so y'all can see that. Yo, like
not gonna catch a player slipping like that, brother. Gotta be faster than that.
Jeez Christ. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Melanin Money Show. So it took me a little bit longer to get my coffee because I can't just do the drip. I had to do a whole situation.
You turned into a barista for all of 11 minutes to get that done.
All of 11 minutes, right? every minute that I had. But y'all, we welcome back, man. Week 2 of 2024. How y'all feeling, man? Like, are you on track? Too early to tell? Behind schedule? How are you feeling, man? Carter, how you feeling, bro? Besides propping up them toes on
my feet.
I
get pedicures now, man. Every 2 weeks, so my feet look good, bro. Don't be hating, man. Don't be hating, dog.
Okay, all right, okay.
Self-care,
all
man.
right.
2024, we bringing self-care to the forefront, man.
Hey, I'm with it.
But no, I'm feeling good, man. I think the thing that most people end up messing up on is that once they set a goal at the top of the year, they miss a day.
Mm-hmm.
Then they let that one missed day turn to a missed week turns to a missed month, and then back to square one by March. One of the best pieces of advice I got from a book called Automatic Habits, they said, it's not the first time you miss a habit that is troublesome, it's the second time, right? So like, if you set a habit to read every day, and you miss that one day, that's not the thing you need to be scared most about. The thing you want to be scared most about is missing that second day, right? Because now you feel so defeated, you don't want to start back. You can miss one day, get back in the gym, but letting the days pile up, man, is what people go wrong. So if we a week into the year, a week and some change, if you missed the day, it's okay. Get back on the horse, okay? The horse ain't go nowhere. Get back on the horse. Don't let that missed week turn to a don't let that missed day turn to a missed week. Missed week turn to a missed month turn into 2025, you have the same goals. Speaking of goals, have you seen the meme that's going around where like somebody's typing on their screen? It's like 2023 goals, then it has a goal right there.
Oh yeah, they delete it. Yeah, I saw that. Don't let that be you, y'all.
Yeah,
don't let that be you. Everybody's been there. We've all been there, right? We've moved some goals. But not this year. But in order for it to not be this year, you got to do something different. More importantly, you have to become somebody different, right? Like, I think the issue is, it's easy for people to wrap their head around this idea of like, oh, I got to do something different. But the reason why you don't keep doing it is because you haven't become someone different, right? You have to change your identity, right? Like, I think I saw a quote the other day. Buddy was saying, he said, you got to get to the point where like working out to where the off day is the hardest day, right? It's like you're so like working out is such a habit that the off day is the hard day, right? And like, that's when you know that you've created a habit in something, when it's like the day that you don't do, even if it's like baked in, like, as you did your 5 days, you did your 6 days, and this is your off day, but the off day is the hard day because now it's a part of your routine. It's a part of your ritual. That's what you got to do in 2020.
That's so real. Cause like, yeah, you put it to the gym, bro, like that off, you get the itch like, wait, this morning I'm not going to but what do I do with the first 2 hours of the day? So it starts this process. So yeah, man, every habit, like Warren Buffett says, it's a habit. it's too light. What it says, habits or habits are too light until they're too strong to be broken, right? So you don't know that you're building these little habits, till you realize once you try to break it, you can't break it. The same thing works with bad habits. That also work with good habits.
And that's the beautiful thing about life. Like we always say, just get on the right side of the equation.
Right side of how things work.
Right. Yeah, just get on the right side. It's like literally like the opposite is true on the other side of everything. Compound interest. We talked about investing the other day, right? So it's like debt, right? So it's like if you have bad debt and you're paying interest on it, it's going to be terrible for you. But if you just get on the other side of the equation and you have your money working for you, in the words of Einstein, it's one of the 8 wonders of the world, right? Compound interest. So it's like, ask yourself, anything that's not going right in your life, what's on the other side? Like, how can I just flip that switch, right? It's like, this isn't going right. I'm not in the shape that I want to be in. Okay, so what are the things I need to do in order to just flip that on its head? I'm not in the financial position that I want to be in right now. What's on the other side of that equation? If I can just get on the other side of it, I can win, because every expense that you have is somebody else's passive income.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone you have. Period. So it's like, okay, well, how can I get on that side? Because when it comes out my bank account, it ain't going into thin air, it's going into somebody else's. Right? So how can I get on the other side? And when you start it's like when you just start thinking differently, it just change your life. Like just think, period. Like just don't stop going through the motions. Just start thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think, period. You know what I'm saying? Like just period. Just think.
Because think about it, when the rent comes out of your account on the first of the month, the rent can also be coming into your account on the first of the month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just depends on if you put yourself in a position to where you can be on the right side of how things work. Even if you have to pay rent, receive rent. If you have to pay interest, make sure you also receive an interest, and make sure the interest that you receive is more than the interest you have going out. Period.
If you got to spend money on clothes, make sure you make some money on clothes. ShopMelaninMoney.com, right? To go get yours. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Go get yours.
And with that,
but nah, that's a great way to start off the podcast. But yeah, Cardo, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I think we have some news that the people can use. So
for sure.
Oh yeah, well it's unfortunate, but like, hey man, every bad side of a coin, there's also a good side. So Google is potentially going to lay off 30,000 employees soon due to the effect of AI within their company, is making their company more efficient, right? So when people see this news, like, okay, well, Carter, how is this any type of good news? 30,000 people are potentially about to lose their jobs. And it's not because Google's doing bad. It's because Google found a more efficient way to do things and not have to pay these people to work. Now, how is there good in that? Because one, Google has access to very similar AI tools that the same people that are getting laid off have access to, right? That can work for other people that don't know about these AI tools. So like, first of all, if you're a business owner, this could be good for you, because you can like, all right, let me look at my business. Is there any efficient ways that I can be a more efficient business owner and use these AI tools to lower my expenses? And on the other side of that, if I see that AI is causing 30,000 layoffs, guess who's about to specialize in being the best AI imputer in the space? Because AI is only as good as the person that's using it. So if AI is strong enough to replace 30,000 people, guess who's about to spend the time I have laid off to master AI, and I could probably get a better job or probably start a company where I'm using AI tools to help other businesses become efficient. So it's bad at the forefront, but like I just believe it's turning every bad into a good.
Big facts. Speaking of turning every bad to a good, if you work at Google and you end up getting laid off, you worry about getting laid off. 2024, we've had our doors closed for 2 years. When it comes to accepting investment management only. If you leave your job and you don't know what to do with your money, come on over. No 401k left behind. Right? We got you, right? And more importantly, if you are in our Melanin Millionaires Club, we aren't even going to charge you an additional fee to manage that money, right? So 2024, you got some really exciting stuff. People have been seeing me talk about investing a lot more. So I want to put my talent where my mouth is and start to support y'all. for those who don't want to do it on their own. And but yeah, more to come on that. But if you're at Google, hey, now's a good time to any to come on over and learn how Melanin Money can help you build wealth 3 times faster.
1,000%. And I don't know about you, but I check my stock account now. I usually don't check it, but since I check it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
And that bug is going up, brother. I'm pretty happy on
that. I remember it was one day I told you I know what you're holding. I was like, yo, bro, you might want to check. You might want to check your account today. You know what I'm saying? Did I earn my fee? Did I earn my fee for 2020? For 2023?
Yeah. That's light work, brother. You charge more. You up your price there, recognize your value.
But yeah, so let's talk about it. So, the year just ended. Should have talked about it in the last episode, but the S&P, which is the kind of the baseline measure of the market, that's typically what people are referencing when how the market did for the year, right? The S&P 500 did, I think, 25% for the year, somewhere around there, which is really strong, which is amazing, right? Like the expectation on average is somewhere around 10% on average, right? That's expectation. So it did, really, really well. But we did a little bit better than that, right? Did a little bit better than that. So my flagship portfolio did 66% in 2024. 2023.
You have a screenshot. You have a screenshot proof for that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. You probably have seen that before you saw this episode, right? That's getting posted today, right? And this episode is getting posted in another week. But yeah, 66%, y'all. Is 66%.
No. Let's put this in perspective, bro. We're not finna gloss over 66% because I don't think people realize.
I don't think people really
understand what 66% means. That means it's a rule. First of all, I don't know how I want to take. So if you had $100,000 invested and your money grew 66% in a year, your money made you $66,000.
$66,000. Just by being
your money might have made you more than your salary in this case.
Crazy. The median income is $55,000 in the country. Yeah, so
that's insane. Think about it like this, y'all. And not to say this is going to happen every year because past performance is no indication of future performance, right? But there's something called the rule of 72. That means that if you divide whatever number your return is by 72, that's how long it'll take you to double your money. If you divide 66 by 72, I'm assuming it's like less than 1.1.2. So that means in this case your money would double every 1.25 years. Which is
it's actually less than one. It's like 0.91, I want to say something.
Yeah. But your money would double like every almost every year, which is insane. Yeah. Just by listen, we say stuff like the most expensive thing in the world is the cost of not knowing. Now here's the crazy part. Here's the wildest part of it all. Me and Carter taught free classes all last year. And towards halfway through the year, because me and Carter, we like to one up each other, right? And so Carter started giving away stuff and giving away, I was like, bro, you're crazy. Okay, let me show you something. When people joined our community, at the time, I don't know if I'll do it this year, but at the time, I was like, at the time,
you joined? Right. At the time, you joined, boom. Like, here's our portfolio, right? And people that took action on it, like, bro, like they're winning in such a major. We've had people tell us, right? Like we were at our award show. One of our clients is like every day I'm logging in and I just can't believe that my money's doing the work. Not me, but my money is just doing the work, y'all. So I say that to say, man, like the most expensive thing in the world, y'all, I'm telling y'all, is the cost of not knowing, right? So when people give you opportunities to learn, to figure this stuff out, it's costing you, literally, it's costing you money to not have this information. And we try to do as much as we can with our free podcast that we've done every single Wednesday, by the way, for the past 2 years, going on 3 years this year. Our content posting 3 times a day on social media. So we do as much as we can, right? But it is costing you to not know. So Carter, I know we might have some opportunities this year to teach people a little bit more, but I'm telling y'all, like I saw your live, matter of fact, I was on for like 2 minutes and you said the same thing that I tweeted. I was like, I'm not chasing nobody down to help nobody. Like that. It's up on that. Like, there's too many receipts. It's too much social proof. It's too many results. Like, I'm just like, we're adults at the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, like, when you see somebody who has what they want, like, what logical sense does it make for them to be running you down? Like, hey, I got what you want. Do you want it? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Can we be real? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes no sense. So, like, we're gonna continue to share.
I'm not gonna chase you to give you your dream life. I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want it, we got it. And we're gonna help y'all get there with this episode, right? Because I still do believe in giving out free information, right? The only 100%. Issue with the information is that because it's free, people don't see the value in it, they don't do anything. But that could not be you. One of y'all might say, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take the lessons from today and learn how to multiply my money. So in 2024, my money can do a lot of the heavy lifting as well. So
big facts.
With that being said, bro, let's just talk about, I know we had a few strategies. We said 4 ways to multiply your money in 2024. It was crazy. We haven't even talked about the exact 4 ways yet, but I know I got plenty. I know you got plenty. So we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, the funny part is we haven't even talked amongst ourselves on what the 4 is that we're gonna share. But the good news is we got them because we're doing it in real time. Mm-hmm. So Carter, I'll actually let you start with 1 because you just completed the transaction. So you want to start off with that one?
Yeah, man. And let me just say this before I start, man. Hey, make sure your financial gurus that you are following are actually running the plays that they teach you, because we don't just teach plays. We don't just teach. We practice what we preach, right? So
big fan.
I've been talking a lot about the importance of investing in real estate because I'm actually not a real estate guru, right? I actually love stock market way more than real estate because stock market is more passive. But there's beauty in diversification as well, and there are tax advantages in real estate that you can get that you can't get in traditional stock investing. So I just closed on a property that the valuation was $1.2 million. We bought it for $1.15 million. So that means I got $50,000 in equity already off the purchase. In the door. And the property is going to save me about $300,000 in taxes, which is crazy because I can actually invest money and save on taxes at the same time. Now, the beauty about real estate when it comes to multiplying your money is that it works in 3 ways, right? In my opinion, at least. Number 1, you make money off cash flow. So the money that I'm investing, I'm going to get about a 15 to 20% cash on cash return every year for the amount of money that I invested. So I'm going to make money every single month from this real estate property. And this, speaking of rent and being on the right side of how things work, the rent that I'm going to make from this property, it's paying for my rent that I'm living in right now. So if I have a property, the money that I'm going to get from this property is going to allow me to live rent free. So that's number 1. So you make money off cash flow. The second way you make money is off appreciation. As I mentioned, I bought the property for $1.15 million. It's worth 1.2. I already have $50,000 in equity in the property. So if I ever needed money, emergency fund, I can go do a cash out refinance and take $50,000 or $40,000 out of my account because they only give you about 80%. I have access to $40,000 immediately. And last but not least, what people don't factor in is the tax savings, right? So I also make money off the money that I was going to have to give to the IRS if I didn't make this move, right? So you make money 3 ways off real estate: cash flow, appreciation, and the taxes that you're going to save. So this is how you can multiply your money in 3 ways off 1 investment. So
big facts. That was a great breakdown. I only have one very important question about that though. Did you wear equity when you went to go acquire the equity? Did you you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you? I first of all, I was looking like money because I had the profit shirt on with the profit hat. Because everything that's on this table is all profit, right? Because I'm not supposed to be. So I had the profit on, the profit hat. I was smelling like money, had the equity on. So they came in like, "Hey, man, whoever this must be the guy that's purchasing this property. This has to be the guy, right?" But it was dope, man. And really, if you want to get really crazy about it, and I don't want to steal your thunder, but I didn't use the money for my down payment. You know where the money for the down payment came from?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I should bring it up.
Throw that off the backboard. I got you.
So GA gave me a way that I actually acquired this property for free, in my opinion. Well, not for free, but no money in my own, right? So the money that I had to put for this down payment came from no money on my own. It came from a conversation that I had with a very intelligent gentleman. And I think I could pass the rock to you from there, right?
Absolutely, y'all. So naturally, one of my favorite ways to build wealth, right, to multiply my money is by investing in the stock market, because as we start off this podcast, by doing so, it made me 66% this year, right? All long term, no trading, no like having to go in and swap this.
And that's
out
the crazy
this,
part.
just,
like you right, because people have to trade to use to get that type of percent. You sleeping back.
Big facts. And I'll let y'all know the update. I'm doing some deep research right now on some sector rotation, and somebody's gonna hear about it. I'll say that on some of the updates to the portfolio. But I love investing in the stock market because what I always say is the best CEOs in the world, they work for me, right? If Tim Cook does his big one at Apple, guess who also wins? I win, right? Mm-hmm. If Elon and all of his interesting antics, right, still convinces the world to believe in Tesla, guess who wins? I win, right? Same with Google, who I know their stock price is going to go up. It's so interesting how that works, right? Personnel is such a big line item that whenever investors see that you're getting rid of personnel, I know it sucks, right? Whenever they see you're getting rid of personnel, they believe more in the company because like, oh shoot, like now that means you have more margin, more money to deploy capital. Yeah. So most people think like, oh my gosh, Google's laying off 30,000 people. People are going to not believe in Google. It's the exact opposite, right? If the stock market is not the economy, I will say that. But anyways, all that being said, I love investing in the stock market because it doesn't matter what your credit score is, right? You can get started for very low amounts of money, and you can buy small pieces of some of the best companies in the world, right? That is literally what it means to invest in the stock market, that you own a piece of the companies that you consume. As a matter of fact, by the time you're watching this, you would have started to see my new series on IG and TikTok called I'll Invest, right? Like grocery aisle. And basically I'm showing you everyday items, right, that you spend money on that you can actually buy in the stock market, right? So 2024, listen, when it comes to this content, y'all, listen, we giving y'all as much as we can, okay? But I love the stock market. Now, what Carter was referencing is, now, as you can see, my portfolio did really, really well this year. Now, what would have happened if I wanted to go buy the same property that Carter bought, right? Like, and I didn't want to take money out of my bank account and I would have had to sell some of my shares. That's what you hear, buy low, sell high. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that logic, but I want to buy low and keep for as long as I possibly can and still buy other assets. Now, how would you do that? Well, when you invest in the stock market in a brokerage account, you are able to borrow against the value of that account, right? So if you have 100,000 invested, you can like literally that same day go get a line of credit from the same company for $40,000. You take that $40,000, you put it on the down payment as a down payment on the property that you're going to buy, or however much you need, right, relative to whatever you're investing in, right? And then from there, you can run that exact same play that Carter just talked about, right? So you take that down payment, you finance the rest, you get the loan. You still can do the depreciation and the cost segregation on the entire value of the property. And it's literally like the closest thing to legal money laundering. Right now that property is cash flowing because it's a short-term rental, to Carter's point, you got a lot of things you can do. In Carter's instance, he can take that money and pay for his rent where he's at in Colombia. And now that money's freed up, Carter's not going to go spend that money on his social life. That money is already allocated. So now he's going to take that money and probably reinvest it somewhere else. And so your money just keeps multiplying, right, by leveraging this strategy. And I'm just scratching the surface because we don't have a lot of time to get into the weeds of it. But just know that by investing in the stock market, you can leverage it to buy more assets. And then our recommendation is to buy cash flow producing assets. So you can then take that cash flow and then rinse and repeat this strategy all over again.
One of the best,
you can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it, man. And like one of the best ways to multiply your money is investing in the same dollar multiple times. In GA's example, if you already invested the money once in the stock market, when you borrow against it, and then you get to invest that same dollar twice. And if you take the proceeds from that investment to invest some more, you just invested the same dollar 3 times, man. So like, it's like when you know, you know. If you don't know, it's costing you too much not to know. So you better ask somebody. You better ask somebody.
Hey, Carter, here's what they're gonna say. Here's a question I always get at least once a week, right? Well, what am I gonna? I mean, if I got the line of credit, that means I owe somebody some money. What am I going to do? Like when do I pay that back? Well, here's the thing. It's going to cost you anywhere from 5 to 7%, depending upon what interest rates are at the time, right? Mm-hmm. But what did I just tell you, right? Number one, my portfolio last year, right, earned 66%, right? And then whatever I'm investing in, as long as I've done my due diligence and done the math, that whatever I'm earning is substantially greater than the cost of capital, then I will do that every day of the week, and I'll do it twice on Sunday, right? The problem is most people associate debt with consumerism, right? They associate debt with, I bought this liability and for $1,000, and then by the time I paid it off, I end up paying $1,800, right? I bought this car for $25,000. By the time I paid it off, I end up paying $37,000, right? We're talking about getting on the right side of the equation. And we're leveraging borrowed money to buy assets, i.e. money that was never ours to begin with, paying back the bank, they little percentage, and leveraging that money to go build wealth 3 times faster. So like, that's why you can't worry about the small stuff when you understand how the game is played.
Like, it shouldn't be called debt, bro. If you're making it should be called, like, we should use the word arbitrage, right? Like, if I'm borrowing money for 7%, if I'm borrowing $100,000 for 7%, right, I'm gonna pay $7,000 a year to borrow that money. If I borrow money at 7% to go make 50%, I made $50,000 off that $100,000 of borrowed money. So in net, take $7,000 away from my 50, I made $43,000 from money that wasn't mine. Like, people should stop using the word debt when you're borrowing money to make more money from the money that you borrow. That is called arbitrage. And people need to understand the difference between debt and arbitrage. I will do arbitrage, like you said, 7 days a week, twice on Sunday, because I'm making money off money that isn't mine. The bank does it to us. It's time that we do it back to the bank, right?
Time we do it back to them. Yep, arbitrage. Matter of fact, that's what I used to always refer to, the art of arbitrage, right? And you can do the same thing in business as well. But man, it's like, it's almost painful, right? To see people who just like are taking, as our good brother Dion likes to say, the slow boat to China. It's like there is
boat to China.
There is a better way, y'all. There's a better way. There's a faster way. And again, you're gonna have the naysayers that say, "Oh, like it's a get rich quick." I don't want to get rich slow, right? I like that. Like that is this. Like, here's the thing: we talk about like getting on the right side of the equation. All these little mantras, all these little sayings. You got to ask yourself, who created them, right? They created them so that you would believe them, so they can keep using them against you, right? Who actually came up with the stuff? The people who are in the position to use it against you. That's who came up with it.
Banks said, let's use get rich quick as a bad thing. First of all, if I ever get rich quick sounds so good, that should be used as something that should motivate people every day. Hey, you ready to get rich quick? Well, let's go. But banks decided to say, hey, let's make get rich quick something that is something that is bad for the public in the public's eye. So that way they don't use all their money that they earn to invest. Instead, they play it safe, leave it with us, and we go give them 1% of their money while we take their money and go invest it and make 12% of their money, and we keep 11%. So we want to tell them that getting rich quick is something that they should fear. So they save money and don't invest money. Then we go take their money because they're scared, and we gonna tell them, if you're scared, go to church. We go take their money and go ahead and invest it for them. So sick world we live in, bro.
It's like so much of life is unlearning, right? Like you got, because if you don't unlearn the programming that was downloaded in you, you will never be able to receive the correct programming, right? Like it's like an Apple computer is only an Apple computer because of the data, right? Because of the whatever it's called, the what was it called, the mainframe, whatever it is,
the software
uploaded. The software, whatever that's like uploaded to it. Like outside of that, it's just a piece of metal, right? And so and I hate to say this, but a lot of people, like, the only thing that separates certain people from other people is what they've downloaded up here, right? We all got a body. We all all that's pretty much the same. What makes people's lives dramatically different is what's been uploaded, right? What software, what programming has been uploaded. Like, how can somebody in the same city, right, who grew up in the same place, went to the same school, like, how is their lives so different?
Sick.
Right? And that's what y'all gotta people hear these cliches. A mind's a terrible thing. Yes, a mind is a terrible thing. Like literally, it can completely change your whole trajectory of your entire life. I got friends I went to school with that like it's just like so different. It's like there's no way y'all came from the same place. Like, and it's no knock to them. It's just that the incremental decisions, from high school to now were different, and as a result, it just made us have a different life. So, man, who you're connected to, what you get exposed to, the information and the programming that you upload to yourself, it's everything. It is absolutely everything. I know that's a slight bit of a tangent between multiplying your money, but like, I think we would both be remiss without like letting you guys know that this is a free podcast. But if you listen to this and take action, it can change your life. Yeah, right. It can absolutely change.
So I'll
that's
take
two of them.
I'll take number three. And this is my bread and butter. One of the easiest ways to multiply your money is to keep it, my brother. Right. So many people like, yo, I can help you multiply your money just by helping you keep more of it. Right. And the more you keep, the more you have to invest. The more you invest, the more it's going to multiply. So it's like it's a domino effect. But like one of the easiest ways to multiply your money is stop giving 30, 40, 50% of it away to the IRS. And it's very simple to do. Like, I've talked about taxes for 10 years. At this point, I consider it to be easy for most people to go from paying 30% or 40% down to 5, 10, or 0 if they're really, 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 if they really take action off the insights that I give on the regular. So one of the best things you do is find ways to lower your tax bill. And I'm not going to go over all of them. Probably not going to go over that many today because y'all heard me say it over and over again. But like, if you want to save on taxes, you have to become an entrepreneur or an investor. So if you want to save on taxes, start a business. If you want to save on taxes, invest in the stock market. If you want to save on taxes, invest in real estate. Like the government is giving you an incentive to do what you're supposed to be doing. And this is like one of the only times the government, in my opinion, actually tells you to do something that is in your best interest. They're like, yo, this is the tax system. If you don't do what we want you to do with your money, we're going to take it from you and do it ourselves. But if you do what we want you to do with the money, we'll let you keep it. Now, if somebody broke into your house, sat you down in your chair, took all your savings, put it on the floor and say, hey, I'm going to take all this money away from you unless you do everything I say. That person in that living room looking at all their money on the floor would do everything that person told them to do. But IRS is doing the same thing. It's knocking on your door every year saying, look, I know you're about to make $100,000 this year. I'm going to take 40. Or you can start investing in the stock market to help build the economy. You can start investing in real estate to help build affordable housing. You can start a business to start employing people because we don't feel like it. If you do these things, keep the 40, bro, because you're doing my job for me. Right. But people just don't do that. People don't do what they want them to do, so they take the money away. So I'm just encouraging you all, learn what they want you to do so you can do it and keep the money that you work hard for.
I just got a great idea for you for a part. I know you already have a lot of it already done, but a suggestion for your 2024 content strategy. So I think what happens, Carter, is like, you're the tax guru, top two, you're not two. And so people hear you, give endless strategies on you could do this, you could do that, you could do that. I think sometimes they don't connect the dots, right? It's like, so what I think you could potentially do is you could do like an interview series or something, even if it's just IG Live or something, where it's like people who have like these careers that you give examples of, like your client, I think in the past, who was like a travel blogger or whatever. So that way people can literally see not just Carter telling me the strategy. And obviously Carter implements it himself, like with the property he just bought, but like literally see like this person had a 9-to-5, they started a travel blog, and tell us about like what you do. And then they probably don't even know all the strategies that they can take advantage of. And you probably give them some sauce. Everybody wins. I think you should incorporate something like that as a part of your 2024 content strategy to bring life to all just to show the people, like, did you know that you could do this? And this is the benefit by doing so. You know what I mean?
Say less.
What do you think about that?
Say less. No, I'm going to do it on my next live. Instead of taking a question at the end of the live, I'm going to just pick one person and give me a scenario, and I'm going to wipe out your tax bill.
There you go. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a last way to multiply your money. It's become one of my new favorites. About to get Carter on board here shortly. Investing in private equity, right? Private equity. What does that mean? So the stock market is public, right? It means that everybody can just go create an account and invest. Private equity means you have to know about it, right? The deal has to be, come to you, have to source it, but it's a private market, right? Because everybody may or may not have opportunity to invest in it. What I love about private equity is that these are established businesses, right, that are looking for more capital to grow faster. And as a result, you get to benefit from that upside, right? They're already doing well. It's not like venture capital where you're hoping that they do well. I do have some venture investments. I've kind of paused some of those for now. Now venture is good as, it has its perks, in the sense that if you pick a winner, you can get a 3,000% return if it wins. But out of every 10 venture investments that you pick, you might get 1 to 2, right? That make up for the losses. With private equity, it can be something as simple as buying a laundromat or buying a car wash, buying a dry cleaning business, something that's established, that has good cash flow. You got the books audited by a CPA, and either one, they want to retire, or two, they want to take it to the next level. And as a result, you get a chance to buy into that business. And right now, most of the investments that I'm making are averaging about 24 to 30%, right, in annual cash flow, right? So, for example, if I invest $100,000 in a deal, it's going to produce $24,000 in cash flow that I don't need for that year, right? And I can then take that money and reinvest it or do whatever I want to do with it. And then in addition to that, the businesses are always slated to exit around 3.5 to 5 years, and so then I'm going to get about a 3.5 exit on my original capital plus including the cash flow, right? So, for example, if I invested 100,000, by the end of the 4 years, I'm probably looking at 350 to 400, including the cash flow that I got all year long. So I love private equity. It's one of those things I'm really, really gravitating towards because it's easier for people to get to their cash flow number, which is why you got to diversify. So the stock market is great as a bank account alternative, right? It's a great tool for appreciation, but it's not the most efficient from a cash flow standpoint. What do I mean by that? In order to produce, let's just say if you have $1 million invested, following the traditional 4% rule, you can only safely withdraw about $40,000 a year. Not bad. It's passive, right? You're not doing any work for it, right? But I would imagine that there might be ways, i.e. real estate, i.e. private equity, that I could have less money to start and produce higher cash flow. But the good news is your money got to go somewhere. So the stock market's still great, right? Because now I can do what we talked about and leverage it to go buy real estate. I can leverage it to go invest in private equity. And I still got to take that cash flow and put it somewhere, which in this example will go back in your portfolio, right? So I love private equity. It's a great asset class, something that we're going to be bringing more to the forefront for our community members and people that are in our mastermind and mentorship program. But yeah, those are 4 great ways to multiply your money in 2024. Carter, anything you want to add as we get to wrapping up this particular episode?
No, just comment below, man, which one that you're going to take action on, right? Don't try to take action on all 4 at one time because you'll go 4 directions with me. You're going nowhere. Pick 1 to 2 and say, hey, I'm going to go all in on these. So whether you're watching on YouTube, which you should, because we're at going on 32,000 subs, which is big shout out to all y'all. So check this out on YouTube. Comment below on the episode and let us know which one of the 4 that you're going to go all in on. And while you're commenting, go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe so you can get more content. But these are the things that we're doing. We're not telling y'all anything that we haven't done. I invest in real estate. GA invests in real estate. He does private equity. I invest in stocks, right? He saves on taxes. I save. We're doing all of them. We didn't do them all at one time though. We picked one,
right? 100%
automated. Did another one. Got that automated. Did another one. So yeah, guys, let us know in the comments and then let us know what you're going all in on.
Yeah. Actually, how can we forget? So this is the Multiply Your Money episode. Yeah. So we actually, we try to cram as much as we could in this podcast window, but should we tell them about the class or?
No, at this point, they might as well just gonna spend 5 days with us, bro.
Yeah. Y'all got us for it out. Like y'all
got the class already.
Yeah. So we are having a 5-day virtual challenge, right? Where basically from the comfort of your home, you'll be able to get more in-depth information and strategies just like this for 5 days, right? So I know a lot of y'all are looking for a way to start off the year the right way. and be able to. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw
our
that.
screens just reversed.
Well,
how did that
happen? Because Zoom knows about, like, Zoom has an AI where if you put your hand up, like you said, 5, it's going to use a raise your hand function as if you're raising your hand for a question.
Wow. The more you know. I just learned something. Okay. And I just switched to back. Cool. So we're having a 5-day. I'm not going to raise my hand. 5 days. Where we're going to go in depth, right? And it's going to be our best one yet. I'm not sure if you ever attended anyone that we've done in the past, but like we really want to start the year off right. Make sure people can get everything they need to make sure 2024 is the best year they've ever had financially. And actually, we want to crowdsource our new tagline. So as y'all know, I help people in Wall Street. Carter helps people outsmart the IRS. What should our new tagline be? Let us know in the comments on YouTube. What should our new tagline be when it comes to how we help people save money on taxes and also invest and build wealth? Like, what should it be? Like, we've been thinking on it for a few weeks now, but I'm curious. I know some of y'all are creative. I would love to hear what y'all think. And if we pick somebody, we might do, we love to give money away. You never know. Might give y'all a little cash giveaway. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
But anyway, yeah, you never know. So join us for this 5-day challenge. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great time. We'll put the link in the show notes so that you guys can tap in. Carter, anything you want to add? I know you love. This is like I know I teed it off, but Carter, this is he loves these events.
Well, because like I can change somebody's life, and when people come to our 5-day challenges, I've had
your audio just okay. You're good now. Your audio.
Yeah, the reason I'm so excited about our challenges is because people tell me all the time, like, "Hey, Carter, I've achieved more in the last 5 days financially than I've achieved in the last 5 years." Right. So anytime that I can turn somebody's days, turn somebody's decades into days, I'm going to do that. Right. So, yeah, guys, you should be there. Challenge.melaninmoney.com. Join us. Tickets are very limited. So if you want to get in, say your spot, and we'll see you inside. Other than that,
we'll see you inside. Yeah. Other than that, we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Peace.